I'm Olga Cable, yoga teacher and yoga therapist. For more inventive and effective yoga practices, subscribe to this YouTube channel. Well, we'll begin this practice on your back. So go ahead and transition down onto your back. Bend your knees, place your feet on the ground. Make sure that you are comfortable in this position. Place your hands on your belly. Make sure that your shoulders still feel relaxed and your head feels supported. Bring your attention to your breath. Take your time to inhale, expanding your chest, and then expanding your belly. And then take your time to exhale, deflating your belly, deflating your chest. Continue to breathe like that. Take your time to inhale, expanding your chest and your belly. And then slowly deflate your belly and deflate your chest. Continue to breathe like that. Nice slow inhalation. And slow, steady exhalation. And on the next breath cycle, introduce a slight pause after exhale. So take your time to inhale, chest, then belly expand. Take your time to exhale, deflating your belly, then your chest, and linger for a moment in that moment of stillness. And then again, inhale, chest, belly. Exhale, belly, chest, and linger for a moment. Take one more breath like that. And then whenever you feel ready, go ahead and lift your feet off the ground one at a time. Place your right hand on your right knee and your left hand on your left knee. Next time when you exhale, pull your thighs toward yourself, toward your belly. And on the inhale, circle your knees out, away from each other, and then toward each other again. On the exhale, again, pull your thighs toward your belly. And on the inhale, circle your knees out, and then back in. Continue to move like that with your breath, making these nice wide circles with your knees. And once you finish with your current cycle, bring your knees closer together, about hip distance apart with 90-degree angle at your knees. Place your hands on the outsides of your knees. Take a deep breath. And with the exhalation, try to press your knees out while resisting with your hands. Release on the inhale. And on the exhale, again, press your knees out while pressing your hands in. No actual movement will happen. Continue to breathe like that. With every exhalation, pressing your knees out while resisting with your hands. After you finish with your current cycle, place your feet back down on the floor. Keep them about hip distance apart or slightly wider. Bring your arms out into the T shapes. And with the next exhalation, lean both knees to your right as you turn your head to your left. And on the inhale, bring everything back to the center. On the exhale, lean your knees to the left as you turn your head to the right. And on the inhale, return back to the center. Continue to move back and forth like that with your breath. after you do an even number on both sides, return back to the center. And with the next exhalation, roll onto your right side completely. Prop your head with your right arm or a pillow, whatever feels most comfortable. Keep your knees bent and stack your knees on top of each other. In front of you, make sure that your left hip is stacked over your right one. And with the next exhalation, slowly lift your top leg up, just a bit, knee and foot. And then slowly lower it down, barely touching the bottom knee and foot. Continue to move like that every time you exhale. Lift your top leg up a bit without moving your pelvis. And then slowly lower your knee and your foot down. Keep moving like that with your breath, with control. Making sure that the action comes from your top hip and that your pelvis doesn't move at all. Move your leg up and down a couple more times with your breath, keeping the movement steady and consistent. And then next time when you raise your leg up, keep it up about parallel to the ground so that your left knee and your left ankle stay on the same level, equal distance away from the ground. Take several steady, comfortable breaths here. Make sure that your hips stay stacked on top of each other. And notice the work that happens in your hips, the top hip that's holding your leg up, and the bottom hip that's stabilizing the position. And with the next exhalation, slowly bring your left leg down and then slide your left knee up a little bit higher, kind of wrapping it over your right leg best you can, and place your right hand on top of your left knee. Place your left hand over your rib cage. Take a deep breath, and with the exhalation, slowly turn your upper body to your left, only as far as it's comfortable. Don't force anything. And stay in that position. Relax your left shoulder. Support your left arm with your rib cage as much as you need to. Take several breaths here. Use gravity to help your upper body turn a bit deeper into the pose with every exhalation. Keep your exhalation steady and long. And linger for a second or two at the end of each exhalation. Whenever you finish with your current breath cycle, roll onto your right side again. Stack your knees on top of each other and then transition onto your back. Keep your knees bent. Place your hands on your knees and circle your knees away from each other several times. Nice big circles. Continue to breathe steadily. Then whenever you feel ready, roll onto your left side. Stack your knees on top of each other, keeping them bent. Support your head with your arm or your pillow. Make sure that your right hip is stacked on top of the left one. And with the next exhalation, lift your top leg, your right leg up a bit. And on the exhale, slowly bring it down, barely touching your bottom leg. Continue to move it up and down like that without changing the position of your pelvis at all. And try to keep your right leg, particularly your lower leg, parallel to the ground, so that your ankle stays leveled with your knee as you move your leg up and down. Repeat this movement one more time with your breath. And then next time when you raise your leg up, keep it up. Make sure that your lower leg stays leveled with the ground. Continue to breathe steadily here. Make sure that your right hip stays stacked on top of your left one. Notice the work that happens in your hips, the top hip and the bottom hip. Notice if this hip feels any different from the other one. And with the next exhalation, slowly bring your knee down. Slide your right knee over your left one. And then place your left hand on top of your right knee. Rest your right hand over your right side of the rib cage. Take a deep breath. And with the exhalation, very slowly begin to turn your upper body to your right. Only as far as it's comfortable. Keep your right arm supported on your torso. Continue to breathe steadily in the pose. Make sure that you finish every exhalation. And then you can linger at the end of the exhalation just for a second or two. Continue to breathe steadily like that. Notice how your body feels. And after you finish with your current breath cycle, roll onto your left side again. Stack your knees on top of each other and then transition onto your back. Keep your knees bent, place your feet on the ground. Keep your knees together and your feet together. Place your arms by your sides. And with the next inhalation, slowly move your knees apart as far as it's comfortable. And with the exhalation, slowly move your knees toward each other. And then squeeze them together at the end. Continue to move like that. So on the inhale, bring your knees apart. Slowly with your breath. And as you exhale, slowly move your knees toward each other for the duration of your exhalation. And then hold the air out for a second or two as you squeeze your knees together. Continue to move like that with your breath. Keeping your breathing steady and slow. Make sure that you finish every exhalation when you bring your knees together. And hold the air out for a breath or two as you squeeze your knees together. Continue with this movement for a couple more breath cycles. Keeping it smooth and steady. And after you finish with your current breath cycle, lift your feet off the ground and pull your knees toward your chest. Place your right hand on your right knee and your left hand on your left knee. Circle your knees away from each other a few times. Nice big circles. And then extend your legs down. Spread out as much as you like. Make sure that your body feels supported. Bring your attention to your breath. Take your time to inhale, expanding your chest and your belly. Take your time to exhale, deflating your belly, then your chest, and linger for a moment at the end of your exhalation. Continue to breathe like that at your own pace, keeping your breathing free and flowing. And every time you exhale, think of settling into that place of stillness at the end of the exhalation for just a moment. Continue to breathe like that, lingering for a few seconds at the end of each exhalation. Stay here for as long as you like. And thank you for joining me today. Namaste.